Kindly sit down, please. Kindly take your seats, please. The chief host, my brother, the governor of Delta State, His Excellency, Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Oborewori. Your Excellency, I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of your humility and most importantly, your commitment to a greater Delta. You are a good man. You have internalized the Christian faith. You are not just an elder. You are a real man of God. He has always been a gadfly, always moving against the direction of the wind. But Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo Sebar is a man that I respect highly, fundamentally because the truth that sets men free, as H.S. Aga said, is most often the truth that men prepare not to hear. But Professor Soludo has the tendency of going against the direction of the wind. In 2023 elections, he went against the direction of the wind by telling Nigeria that the road to the presidential villa doesn't pass through intimidation, blackmail, or harassment. The road to the presidential villa leads through building grassroots support, inclusivity, and broad-mindedness. Professor Soludo, you have done a lot of things for the federal government, especially in informing Nigerians where we are coming from reserves of $3 billion. When we were experiencing capital plight and capital scarcity, now we are experiencing capital inflows, so that our foreign reserves has gone up to over $52 billion and counting in a turbulent world, mind you. I think the president deserves commendation and not condemnation. I remember time back when it used to be unheard of for the girl child to be highly schooled. But take a good look at this great woman seated here with us. Is there anyone here who is not proud of her exploits globally? Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, we are proud of you. We cherish and adore you. Thank you for all you do and contribute to the world. Above all, thank you for representing Nigeria with not just your intellectual brand, but indeed also your dress sense. The famous Okonjo-Iweala headgear needs to be patented around the world. Thank you, ma'am. And to our great guest speaker, Professor Patrick Otiono Lumumba. You are not a Kenyan, you are an African, a great African. Lawyer and internationally recognized public speaker. With the way and manner you are traversing the continent, I'm thinking of being your student when I retire from politics. Thank you, Professor Lumumba, for the great African that you have become. But you carefully avoided talking about South Africa. The chairman of the summit, Mr. Seplat, Engineer Osin Aburo, my bosses in the National Assembly, members of the Senate and House of Representatives, my colleagues in the Federal Executive Council, former governor of Delta State, an elder statesman in his own right, distinguished Senator Dr. Ipianyi Okowa. You are a good man, supporting our governor in delivering the dividends of democracy to our people. Of course, the humble and self-effacing Deputy Governor of Delta State, Samonde Oyema. I don't know whether I will call you a Hausa man or an Adioma man. the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mohammed Bello Adoke, SAN. I want to recognize the Secretary to the Delta State Government, Dr. Kingsley Eze Elmo, to recognize and appreciate members of the Delta State Executive Council and local government chairmen across Delta State. The Brazilian Ambassador to Nigeria, His Excellency Mr. Carlos Garcete, and the Malaysian Ambassador to Nigeria as well. Captains of industry, I cannot fail to recognize my boss, Mr. Tony Elumelu, and of course, my sister from another mother, the Group Managing Director of Zenith Bank, Dame Adora Umioje. And Mr. Oliba Lauba, I want to use you to thank all the bank executives around. Chairman of the Delta Traditional Rulers Council, Major General Felix Mujakpero, Oriyewan Oroje of Okpe Kingdom, I want to use you to recognize and appreciate all our royal fathers present here. Members of the Fourth Escort of the Rim, honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The cycle of competition among our states is now evident in the quality and ambition of the investment summits convened across the Federation. Every state possesses immense promise, but each must define a trajectory unique to its history, geography, people, and comparative advantage. This is a race we must welcome, a race that proclaims growth rather than conflict, a race in which the prize is employment, prosperity, and human dignity, a race for the future. I am therefore honored to join the government and people of Delta State in this march towards that future. Since we assumed the mantle of leadership, we have scarcely taken a break from summits, strategy sessions, and investment dialogues. We promise to place Nigeria on the path of growth, and each gathering offers another platform for turning that promise into enterprise. Every host state contributes to the Federation's commercial ambition. One highlights agriculture, another minerals, technology, ports, energy, or tourism. In that healthy rivalry, Nigeria discovers the full measure of her wealth. This season of summits owes itself to two developments. The first is the stronger foundation laid by the economic research of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, which has placed far larger allocations in the hands of state governments to pursue their internal development agendas. The second is that no state wishes to be trapped in the dilemma of having money but not knowing how to spend it. For rescuing us from that dilemma, I believe Mr. President deserves a round of applause. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the judgments of the international ratings agencies confirm the direction of travel. Pitch upgraded Nigeria to B in April 2025 and affirm it in April 2026, citing foreign exchange reform, monetary discipline, and the end of deficit financing, amongst others. In May 2026, S&P also raised Nigeria to B, its first upgrade in 14 years, following a sustained reform, stronger oil output, and expanded domestic refining. Moody's had earlier lifted Nigeria from CAA1 to B3 as the external balance, fiscal position, and foreign exchange framework improved. These are proof that Nigeria is regaining credibility, and the best time to invest is before the opportunity becomes expensive. Delta State enters this moment with an advantage. That advantage is larger than its oil wealth. It resides in the conviction behind this gathering that the future of a people cannot be deposited in a single commodity. Diversification is an instinct of economic self-preservation and a measure of the quality of leadership. A government that prepares for life beyond oil understands that resources may finance progress, but only ideas, institutions, and enterprise can sustain it. Consider what this state holds. Delta sits on one of the longest coastlines in our federation, with the ports of Warri, Koko, Burutu, and Sapele, and creeks and rivers that make the blue economy something Deltans can touch. It holds gas in abundance, 80 trillion meters, along with power generation at Okpa and Ueli, refining assets at Wari, and an economic zone built to turn these environments into factories rather than statistics. Beyond hydrocarbons, Delta is a farming country. Oil palm, cassava, rubber, plantain and aquaculture thrive across its 25 councils, and its fisheries could feed markets far beyond our borders. Beneath its soil lies silica, sand, kaolin, limestone, and of course, coal, the raw material for glass, cement, and construction. Above all, the Delta person is educated and enterprising. A state so endowed already qualifies as an investment destination of the first order, and what remains is for the world to be told. This is the purpose of this grand occasion. The call to harness our strengths and unlock our potentials is a timely awakening, because potential has no economic value unless it is organized, financed, and put to work. Natural wealth buried beneath the soil cannot employ a young person. A coastline without productive infrastructure cannot move trade. Talent without opportunity becomes frustration. The task before us is to convert what Delta possesses into what its people can feel in their own homes, their communities, and their hopes. There is no doubt that His Excellency Governor Sheriff Francis Oborowori is devoted to leading Delta into a new era of productive expansion. The design of this summit reflects the seriousness of that purpose. It brings government, investors, development institutions, industry leaders, scholars, and entrepreneurs into the same room, followed by sectoral discussions, deal-making, networking, and field engagements. The message is practical. Delta seeks commitments that survive the applause and projects that outlive the conference. I thank His Excellency Governor Oborowori for this bold leap towards a greater Delta and for creating a platform that matches the ambition of his people. To our investors, entrepreneurs, financiers, captains of industry, innovators, development partners, the diplomatic community, and friends of Nigeria, you are welcome to Delta State. The federal government stands ready to support credible investments, strengthen enabling institutions, and work with the state to remove obstacles to enterprise. We are co-travelers on the road from promise to production, from allocation to transformation, and from potential to prosperity. Thank you, and may God bless Delta State and the Federal Republic of Nigeria.